Hi, today I just want to go through a quick video on foam rolling and the benefits of. Main benefits of doing a foam roll, particularly at the start or even in the middle or at the end of your workouts, is to improve your tissue quality. Most people's movement patterns on so many exercises, or just when they're doing, let's say, running or cycling, could be an awful lot more efficient, but their muscles are quite tight in certain areas that's restricting their movement, a full and complete movement pattern. And so they're basically just leaving a lot of strength on the table. So they could be a lot more efficient in what they do. Like, let's say, for example, it's a squat, or let's say it's when a person is running, but because things are slightly out of line, or because they've got tight muscles in certain areas, everything's not firing to its full potential. So really what we're doing with the foam rolling is trying to break down those trigger points or adhesions and scar tissue, and make the body a lot more efficient in the way it moves. I generally recommend that people get three things to start off with. You could probably get away with just two. I recommend a grid foam roller, I recommend a quadballer, and then a lacrosse ball. So the first two, these two, the quadballer and the grid, are available from Trigger Point Therapy or Irish Fit, which I'll link in the notes. Lacrosse ball, you can get on any sort of online sport shop as well. Some people will try and get away with it by using like let's say a tennis ball, or else they'll get one of the cheap foam rolls, which, as you can see, they'll get very soft over time. I don't really recommend going down that route. I recommend you get a good kit to start off with, and you don't have to keep rebuying it all the time. So taking the foam roller to start off with, let's say we take the thighs to begin with, I generally recommend that people start to just work up and down along the front, finding where they feel the spots are a little bit tender, and then working into them. And then from there, getting onto the sides and into the IT band, and down along the outer edge of the quads. And most people will find a lot more business going on there, a lot more trigger points there, just purely because a lot of people are quite what we call quad dominant, and overusing their thighs in so many exercises. And then from there you can get into getting your body at a slight 45-degree angle in on the front, and just keep working in on the trigger points wherever you feel a little bit tender. I find it's quite useful if you put a clock down anytime you're working on specific areas, and just saying, look, I'm going to do a minute on a particular area and then move into the next area. If you're kind of cut for time at the start of workouts, I suggest you just pick tight areas that tend to be quite tight for you all of the time and work into them. If you're taking the foam roll then and working in quite a notorious area for most people at the lower back, I'm staying kind of upright, getting in onto one side of the lower back, and then getting into the other side of the lower back. I can then move from there up into the shoulders and get in on the shoulders there as well, which are quite tight, especially at the end of the day's work. Most people's shoulders are tight. From there, get into internal rotators and in on the lats on the shoulders as well. And again, when you're getting in on the shoulders and lats, you'll generally find that a foam roller will do a pretty decent job, but what will do a better job is that lacrosse ball again. So you can take that lacrosse ball, get in on the shoulders, external, internal rotators, get it in on the piriformis and on the glute as well. So let's say we take even my tennis ball, which will work for a lot of people to begin with, and then just stick it in on the glute, and then just start to go in on the tight areas of the piriformis and the glute. If that's easy enough, get your foot crossed over, and again just grind in as hard as you can, and then keep it. You may not even need to move around in that area, and just hold for like 10-15 seconds and then work it around again. As I said again, put a clock down. It's easier to do that and to work in on tight spots, so then you're a little bit more honest in the way that you're working. From there, we can go in on the calves again. We could have used the quad baller in on the thighs. It's a little bit harder, so I generally recommend people to start off with the grid foam roller and then build up to using that, because it's pretty solid. And then on the calves, we're just changing our toe angle, finding what aspect of the calf, whether it's actually more the Achilles and soleus that's tight, or the gastro itself. And then again, just working on those tight spots, changing the toe angle. A lot of people who have shin splint problems and problems with the calves, what you also need to do is just get into standing position and then just grind in on the plantar flexors or the sole of your feet. Find those trigger points that you're a little bit tight in on the quad baller. Generally you'll find a lacrosse ball is a little bit better for that particular area because you can really pinpoint the areas that are quite tight. And then just get in on your business and grind in and find where it's tight for you. You don't have to be completely macho about all of this and just putting yourself through huge amounts of pain. You just have to find where you're tight and then just gently work into it and just try and breathe into it as you do it. Like making a face and grimacing and everything isn't really going to help despite how hard it is for you. But you just need to give yourself time to work in on it and then just keep doing it daily. Most people when they start off doing foam rolling, it's unbelievably hard for them to begin with because everything's so damn tight. As the muscle quality improves, you'll find that foam rolling isn't as difficult for you to do anymore, and you can use the quadballer for your thighs, and everything just gets a little bit easier. What you will find though is that foam rolling becomes sometimes like reading. You kind of think that you have an area solved, and then something else pops up that you've got to work on. But that's the benefit of it, that you have the tools there now to be able to improve your tissue quality, whether you're a professional athlete or whether you're a recreational weekend warrior, you have tools there to help improve tissue quality so you reduce your risk of injury. If you've got super tight areas, particularly glutes and shoulders and IT bands, and you're wondering why you're getting injured all the time, I'm sorry, but you know that's embarrassing. Like if you've got super tight areas, you've got to use these sort of tools to loosen out. Like it's no surprise that you're getting injured all of the time if that's the case. You've got to use these tools on a regular basis. Don't be a big girl's blouse about it and kind of think, oh, I've rolled for like 10 seconds, that's me done. You know, if you've got really tight areas, spend a lot more time on it. This can be done in front of the TV. It doesn't take an awful lot of time. What matters is consistency really, and you should notice an improvement in tissue quality when you combine this with a bit of stability work and a lot of stretching as well. And again, start the workout ideal, end of the workout's a good time as well, but even just watching TV in the evening or anytime during the day is a good time to do it. And then just get your tools, get the stuff that you're going to use, these things that you buy once, you'll never have to buy them again, and you'll have them forever. So make use of them. I hope this video has helped you, and get foam rolling. Thanks for your time.